Hello everyone, my name is Kevin, and Thomas and I will introduce a very interesting topic to all of you. And the name is Go to Get Your Dream and Ride Around Taiwan. And let's going to start. And it is our outline. The first is 3 things you have to do in Taiwan, and the second is things you have to prepare. And the third is common problems. The fourth is let's go, and the last 2 things is day 1 to day 11 and conclusion. And going to start the first one. 3 things you have to do in Taiwan, and we think these 3 things is the very important things to being Taiwanese, and you have to do. The first is climb Yishan Mountain. The second is swim across the Summer Lake, and third is ride around Taiwan. We think the ride around Taiwan is a very important one, so we are going to introduce this one. And before you start your trip, you should prepare these 5 things. Be sure you will be safe and you will be successful. And the first is bicycle and equipment, and the second is categories. And the third is for buy or for rent. And the last 2 things is little bag and seat. Bicycle and equipment, and you can see this picture. This is the one who want to drive around Taiwan. The one should prepare enough, and these 2 pictures is the equipment. You can see that there are a lot of items you should prepare. So make sure you prepare these things, and you can go to your trip. And the categories, and there are 2 categories the driver will buy or will rent. And the first is Merida, and the second is Giant. And Merida is more better than Giant. Many drivers like to choose this one, not this one. So keep your eyes on and choose the right one to go to your trip. And the little bag, and there are 3 sorts of little bag. Just put under your seat. And this one is just for if you have the habit to train yourself or relax yourself, you can choose this one. And the last two categories is this and this, and they have a lot of space to put your equipment and your little things. So which one you want to choose? That's on yourself. And the seat. If you want to have more soft or more comfortable seat, you can choose this one. But for for travel around Taiwan, we suggest that you can choose this one and this one because they are very shape, very fit your bottom shape, and you will feel more comfortable and will not feel lazy and tired. And budget, and from the internet and our classmates, they say these four items is more important. The first one is cash. You should prepare $2,000 cash, and the third is post office cash card because if you don't have enough cash, and you run out of the cash, you should go to the post office to take some money. And third is credit card, and the last is iCash because we think there are a lot of 7-Eleven around Taiwan. So if you want to buy something to eat or to use, the 7-Eleven is the best choice. And the common problems, and there are 3 common problems we think you will meet. The first is accommodation. Many one have trouble. They have questions that where should they live, but it's not very important because you can just book the place and just one after the day, one before the day. And the second is for rent or for buy. We think the rent is more cheaper than buy, so it's up to you. If you don't have enough money, you can choose the rent. The next one is should I wear the bike shirt or shirt? It's also up to you because if you dress the shirt and the shirt, you will be more comfortable. And if the rain is if they have heavy rain, you will be more easy. And let's go. Let's go to our ship, and we will introduce the travel to you.
Hello everyone, my name is Thomas, and now let me introduce our schedule. And the first day we go from Sanxia to Miaoli, and there are two places that you can go. The first one is in Hsinchu, the Chenghuang Temple. It is a very famous temple in Taiwan, and it was built in Qing Dynasty. And there are a lot of vendors and a lot of restaurants in front of this temple. So you can go to this place to have your lunch. And when you arrive in Miaoli, you can go to the Gongtian Temple. It is another famous temple in Taiwan, and it's a Maju Temple. And the pilgrim building in this place is very beautiful and very good. So you can sleep here, and you just have to pay about $400. And you see the picture like the pilgrim building. The room is very good, like a 5-star hotel. And the second day we go from Miaoli to Zhanghua. And before you arrive Zhanghua, you can go to eat a very famous restaurant in Qinshui Township. The name of the restaurant is Acai Tube Rice Pudding, Acai Mi Gao, and it is very delicious. And after your lunch, when you arrive Zhanghua, you can go to Lugang, and it's a famous township in Taiwan. It is also a very famous township in Taiwan. And why people call this place Lugang is because in ancient time there are a lot of deer gathered in this place, so it get the name Luzigang, and in short is Lugang. And there are a temple and old tree and a very famous meat bun called Azhen Rou Bao. You can go to try it. And the third day we go from Zhanghua to Jiayi. And before you arrive Jiayi, you can go to the Xiluo Township to have your lunch. There are a lot of traditional Taiwan food, and you can have your lunch there. And when you arrive Jiayi, you can go to the Wenhua Road Night Market, Wenhua Lu Night Market in Jiayi. And it is a paradise of delicacy, and I like this place very much because the food here is really very tasty. And you can go to try guojia soybean milk and douhua, and the last one is guojia turkey rice. It is very delicious. You should go to this place. And the day 4 we go from Jiayi to Tainan. Tainan is another place that I like it very much because there are a lot of famous places and a lot of famous food. For example, you can go to Anping Fort, and near the Anping Fort there are a lot of food. For example, Zhou's spring roll. It is very delicious, and a lot of people like it. And the day 5 we go from Tainan to Kaohsiung. And when you go to Kaohsiung, you can go to the Pier 2 Art Center. It was an abandoned and forgotten warehouse in the past, but now it is a very famous art center. You can go to there to see a lot of beautiful things. And the day 6 we go from Kaohsiung to Kending. And when you go to Kending, you can go to the Kending Street. It's like a night market at night, and you can go to here to have your dinner and drink some wine, and it is you can I think you can have a good time in this place. Okay, and the day 7 we go from Kending to Taidong town, and this day I think you have to be careful and be mentally prepared because I think this is the most difficult day in our trip because of the uphill road. You can see this picture. We have to ride our bicycle from here to here. It's very difficult. Okay, and so be mentally prepared. And the day 8 we go from Taidong town to Taidong city, and you can go to visit the National Museum of Prehistory in Taidong city, and there are some traditional food, and you can go to eat it. And we are very lucky now when we go to ride around Taiwan. We met a bumping lower handan, in Chinese 炸邯郸. It is really a very funny activity. And the day 9 we go from Taidong to Hualien, and you can go to a famous place called Mr. Brown Road, 博朗大道. And why it is very famous is because a famous movie star Jin Cheng-woo has taken an advertisement under this tree. So this place become very famous. And the day 9 we go from Taidong to Hualien. When you arrive Hualien, you can go to eat the traditional food in this place. I think it's another paradise of delicacy in Taiwan. And the day 10 we go from Hualien to Yilan, and you can go to the Jiaoxi Hot Spring, and there are a fish called spring fish, and you can go to play to have fun. It is really funny because the fish will bite your feet. And the last day we go from Yilan to Sansha, and you should be careful in the Beiyi Road, Beiyi Gonglu, because there are a lot of hairpin bends, and it's a little dangerous, so you have to be careful. And when you arrive the Beiyi Road, you can go to a coffee shop on the Beiyi Road. And okay, all of this is our schedule.
Okay, after Thomas introduced our schedule, then that's our conclusion. Many people want to go abroad. They think the abroad scenery is more beautiful than Taiwan, but they are wrong, because if you run around Taiwan, you can see a lot of beautiful and majesty and fantastic scenery in Taiwan, like Yushan, Taruge, or Summer Lake, and another scenery. So if you are prepare yourself, and you have enough money, and you have the less of time, and let's go for it to purchase your dream, to take this wonderful experience. We think you won't be regret, because this experience you will never meet another one in your life. So if you have this willingness, then let's go to ride around Taiwan to see our island's beauty. Thanks for listening. And do you have any question?
Yo, here.
Yeah, you. What do you want to ask?
Should I do a lot of exercise before I go to ride around Taiwan?
Oh, it's a very good question, because many people have this question mark to us. we think you don't have to, because it's up to you if you have the habit to exercise or like playing basketball or riding bicycle, and you can just prepare your time and book the time and you can go. You can just ride around Taiwan. But if you don't exercise often, or you just sit in your house and sit at the computer just playing the game, you should and you have to do exercise to train yourself before the trip, because if you don't do this one, we think you will die on the travel. So be careful. And thank you for listening.